Hey! Let's drink some wine. Hello, everybody. I'm Bryan Hinschberger.
And I'm Paul Hinschberger.
And we are the Wine Brothers. We today are going to be tasting wines from Italy. So Bon Vivant Imports, the importer that I represent. We bring in wines from Italy. We bring in wines from Spain. Today we are going to go over the wines from the Lazio, or Latium, depending on what you want to call it. The region directly south of Tuscany, the one that everybody knows because of Chianti, Brunello's, Super Tuscans, and the area that surrounds Rome, basically. Lazio is a massive wine production area, but what I think interesting is that really doesn't make it into the, our American marketplace very often. And I think I know why. All those Romans, they all drink it. Makes sense. The local wines come in, a lot of tourism, a lot of everything going on in the hub. A lot of this wine gets sold in Rome.
I think the other thing also is there's not a whole lot of DOCGs in Lazio, maybe not.
Correct. There's not a ton of big, nice classifications.
And so maybe people don't feel like they need to bring them in because they don't have that classification. But
absolutely,
as we all know, there's plenty of delicious IGTs. And,
beautiful wines coming out of Lazio. In fact, we actually import 4 houses from the Latium.
Wow. So
this one in particular is Marco Carpineti. Marco Carpineti is very, very cool dude. Like, all organic. The winery started in 1986. Everything went totally organic in 1997. So they've been going on strong 14 years now with all organic. In fact, he's really moved everything even to biodynamic, but they're certified organic. Now, 1986 was their official start date. However, these vineyards have been in the family for decades. Very, very, very long time. So wine is in their blood. It's not like he didn't just come strolling around and start things with some really cool vineyards. He's been doing this for a very long time. The official start date happened in the 80s, and ever since they've been doing amazing wine. He also grows extremely awesome olives and makes beautiful olive oils, all organic as well. If you're interested, let me know. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna taste their kind of two wines. They do some really fun high-end wines that we haven't got a lot of requests for or a lot of pull on. So what we're doing is we bring in their Capolemole and their Tufaliccio. Both absolutely beautiful wines, both organic. Says made with certified organic grapes on the bottle. Very, very catchy. And this estate is just stunning. They've got this old estate that kind of just overlooks the countryside, and it's absolutely beautiful. The Capolemole. Let's pour this. IGT of Cori. So essentially, the old ancient community of Cori, which sits south of Rome, is where Marco Carpineti is located. And within the Cori area, there's lots of hills, and he pulls wines from several different sources of vineyards within these hills. The Capolemole is kind of a grouping of vineyards, a grouping of area generally called Capolemole, and that is where everything's sourced for this. Fun breakdown of grapes. As Paul's assessing the nose here, this is like 60% Malvasia, 30%, I'm going to make sure my math's right, 30% Bologna. Bologna, not really known. Oscar Mayer obviously kind of took it to a different region. But Bologna is also a really delicious grape varietal. In fact, they do 100% Bologna that is killer.
Really?
Killer, but it's it's pricey, and
sure.
And it is beautiful. And then 10% Trebbiano. So a trifecta of delicious white grapes that often can be kind of lame in Italy. People don't think of Trebbiano as some expressive, beautiful thing. But between the Malvasia, the Bologna, which really, really has an umptuous texture and flavor to it, and then a little Trebbiano, I think this wine is gorgeous. Paul, nose, dissect.
Right, so the first thing I was getting was gunflint, like kind of that smoky gunflint. I don't smell a lot of gunflint, but I definitely am. That's what came to my mind.
Almost like a Puy-Fumé, Sancerre region, up in Loire of that
and it kind of has
that stone,
grapefruity, a little grassy, but then like the fruit like apricots to back it up. It's
really, really complex nose.
Yeah, really, it's great.
Delicious, full. The color is gorgeous. These are fresh bottles, 09s. Actually, This one, 30% of this has seen some time in large oak vats. This is 100% unoaked. But this has seen, stainless steel, then 30% in big oak. Which I think kind of rounds out the texture probably. How's the palate?
It's actually pretty unctuous. Definitely fills the mouth with, but like great acidity, but definitely like plush. And
oh, it's juicy. It's big. Oh. It's absolutely gorgeous. What I think, just south of Lazio, there's some really popular white grapes. Fiano di Avellino, Greco di Tufo, Falangina, all in that area. So this is north of there, but it doesn't surprise me at all that this Mediterranean influence that's coming in into Italy is giving these really, really big, robust, full-flavored white wines that are absolutely stunning with seafood. Like,
I bet.
You know what I mean? This just screams...
oysters or
scallops, mussels, throw them all in a big pot and cook them together. What is that dish called? I can't think of that dish. You know what I'm talking about? Not paella, not something. A lot of seafood, a lot of deliciousness. But that's what this would be good with. Calamari, a lot of really, really good flavors that I think this would accent. The acidity's big, the acidity's bright, the flavors are juicy, the fruit's really nice, the minerality is kicking.
Oh yeah.
That's delicious.
It is. It's great.
That's delicious. All organic, like I said. So both these bottles are going to sit just under $20 on a retail shelf. So probably 18 or so, depending on where you're at. Moving on to the red wine, Marco Carpineti's Tufaliccio. Tufaliccio, kind of a fun name to say. I mean, actually, both these names are really fun to say. Capolemole and Tufaliccio. So this is the Tufaliccio Rosso, all IGT. So this is just kind of classified IGT. How is it?
It smells amazing.
Oh yeah, actually, I've not drank this wine in a while, so I've been really anxious to crank this out. So what are you getting on the nose?
The wines of Italy that we've been drinking seem to be
good.
Have
been really
fantastic, yeah.
What do you get on the nose?
Lots of earth. It's like blackberry, but that brambly blackberry with the soil.
A little note of mushroom.
Yeah, definitely.
Which I think, for me, and maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just in my mind, but Lazio has mushroom. I always get mushroom on Latium Reds.
Well, so Tufaliccio. Tufa is the type of soil.
Which is essentially decomposed volcanic soil from the volcano. Yeah.
And Liccio is obviously the Italian delicioso.
Nice. It's very delicioso. But Tufaliccio is actually, there's 5 hills that the vineyards are sourced for this wine. And one of the hills is actually called Tufaliccio, named after the tufa volcanic soil.
I see.
So how's the palate? Have you tried it yet?
No, I haven't.
I mean, I would agree with Paul. The nose on this is rich, brambly, earthy, mushroomy.
I love earthy wines.
Dirty, but it's not over the top either.
No.
Like, it's dainty. You want to kind of finesse and caress this bottle because it's absolutely like, oh, give me more, but it's there. It's just underpining with delicious aromas. Talk about the flavor.
So it has all those things, but then I feel like there's an extra added floral note on the palate for me, where I wasn't getting on that on the nose, which usually I get floral notes on the nose and not the palate.
Oh,
but
yummy!
I'm definitely getting like that petunia, lilac kind of thing.
Absolutely, lilac for sure for me.
When you walk through the grocery store and you just get that burst of lilacs, and you're like, oh god, where's the lilacs? I love that.
I don't know if I get that in the grocery store very often, but but maybe I'll smell around one next time. So the Tufaliccio, I mean, I totally agree. The flavor is fantastic. There's tannins, but they're not over the top.
It's a pretty wine.
There's floral notes, but they're not over the top. There's fruit, but it's not over the top. It is pretty. If this had a face, it'd be like my buddy Dalton's face.
It would be Natalie Portman's.
Dalton's face is pretty.
I love Natalie Portman.
And Natalie Portman. Okay, Natalie Portman's way hotter than Dalton. But so absolutely organic, biodynamic even, but just not certified that way. Killer wines for under $20. not very easy to find when you consider how much time, how much effort, how much production needs to go into this to make sure that it's organic, biodynamic. Time, you know, dedication. Marco Carpineti is absolutely devoted to these wines, and you can taste it. There's a lot of love in these wines. Paul, rank the white.
Brainstorming.
Capolemole Bianco. Absolutely delicious. Wonderful with seafood. Where do you want to have this?
Yeah. All right. I want to have it. Well, so we live in Seattle. There's tons of amazing seafood restaurants. So I would love to like take it to a restaurant, have it with one of those clam bakes or like a mussel, like or an oyster bar.
This isn't an oyster bar.
Yeah, it kind of was
belly up
it,
oyster bar, ice spilling everywhere, slurping down oysters, finishing it with a little bit of Capolemole. 50 out of 50? Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Tufaliccio, I'm going.
Yeah, you got the easy one.
75 out of 75 for just absolutely a graceful, beautiful wine. You know, sit down on any occasion, sit down on a couch, and just chill with your honey, your friends, whoever, and enjoy this because it can go with food, but you don't need food. You can just enjoy this sip after sip. Absolutely delicious. Marco Carpineti, beautiful house from Lazio in Italy, surrounding the Rome region, and all organic, biodynamic, fun wines under $20. Check these out and enjoy. Cheers.
Cheers.